Welcome to Data Voice Discoveries. Today we'll discuss about polymorphism. Okay, so we'll discuss about what is polymorphism and what are its types, and we will write some examples regarding those types. Okay, so without any delay, let's me make a file. Let me make a file named polymorphism.py. So let me go to the view and open the appearance, go to zen mode. Okay, so polymorphism is nothing but one thing, but it behave in many forms. Okay, so let me write down first the definition. Polymorphism is nothing but one thing behave in many form, right? So to give an example, right, you may take your own example. You may be the same person, but in relation to your father you are a child, right? In relation to the grandparent you are their grandchild, right? You are someone's uncles and someone uncles. But here what I want to tell is that you are the same person, but but the forms that are appearing is different. Okay, so for someone you may be related in some way, and for other one you may be related in other way. So that's polymorphism. So here poly means form, and morphism means form. Okay, not this is many. Poly means many and morphism means form. Okay, so let me give you a simple example. Okay, let me write A as Mohan and B as, let's say, David. Then we have already seen that using len function we can pass this A and B. Okay, since A and B are different, but since A and B are the same thing. Okay, so A and B are the same thing, but if we pass that A and B at the at over here, what it does is different. Okay, so let me write table new. Okay, so for Mohan, what it will provide is length of 5, and for Dave it will provide the length of 5. Okay, 4. Okay, so here what I want to say by just giving a two example is that since the len function is same for both A and B, but the result that is giving is different. Okay, so that much what I want to tell right now. This is just a two example, so if you don't get it, so don't be too tensed about this one. Okay, so let me we will see this example later in this video, so be relaxed and don't take any tension. Okay, so there are there are four types of polymorphism. So four types of polymorphism. The first type is a doc type, and the second one is a method overriding. This is also known as runtime polymorphism. Okay, and there is a second method which is known as method overloading, which is known as compile time polymorphism, and the last one is known as operator overloading. Okay, so last one is operator overloading. So let me move on to the first type, that is a doc type. And in doc type, let me show you an example. Let me make an class A. Let me write down the method. We'll pass the self as an argument, and we'll print want I want to learn Python. So in that method we wrote down I want to call method. So let me define another class that's this will also have the same name of method. So print I want to learn Django. Okay, so in this case we have made these two method. Okay, so we have made these two method of the same name, right? We have written down the same method with the same name. Okay, so this name is also, so this is also so okay, let me make an object called Mohan. So let me call that object as, and the next method is next object is going to be David. So I made an object of B for David, and I made an object of A for Mohan. Okay, so if I call the same method, right, Mohan dot show and David dot show. So since I have the objects of different class, but if they have the same name of object, and if I call them, the output in the result will be different. Okay, so it's obvious also. So I want to learn Python in the first case, and I want to learn Django in the second. Okay, so we are calling with the different object the same method name. Okay, and it is printing me the different outcomes. Okay, let me give you the example also. uh, let me call display. Let me display, it will take an argument A, and let me do A dot show. Now in order to call this function, we need to write a display, and we need to pass the A. Okay, yeah, so here I will pass as Mohan. So if I pass the different argument, it will show the different outcomes. Okay, so I want to learn Python. If I passed in over here David, then it will show me the I want to learn Django. Okay, so here what is a doc type then? So the method is same. Okay, so let me give you an example why it is doc type. So you know doc. Okay, so the dog, if it move its hands, right, and there are two what I call hands or leg, I don't know, whatever it mm, you may call it, so I'll call it as a leg. Okay, so if you move that leg in water, then the function it does is to swim. Okay, in lake or a river, what it does is a swim. But if the dog does the same thing in the ground, then what it does is move. Okay, but here the dog is doing the same thing, but what is happening is a different according to the situation. Okay, so here also the both the method are using the display method, but according to the context it is printing whether to print I want to learn Python or the I want to learn Django. Okay, so that's the thing. So we'll move on to the next one, that's method overloading. So in method overloading, we will make a class that contains more than one method. Okay, so that have the same name, but the number of arguments are different. Okay, let me write down the definition first. Class contain more than one method with the same name but different parameters or argument. Okay, so different parameters. So let me make a class of student. Let me make one method known as so and pass in self. So let's say print hello old. Okay, so I call this method, and under this class we'll make the on the method of same name. So is the name, so we'll pass the argument as so a comma b, and let's say print I want to add whatever I have passed as a and b, so a plus b. So I'll take another method which will also take a, and it will take three arguments. Okay, so three arguments. So I want to print a plus b plus c. So if I make the objects from this class, what I need to do is I need to make an object from this class. Let's say obj is that object, so student. If I make the object of this student class, so if I now run obj.show, what it will do is that this show will be overwritten, by this one, this will be overwritten by this one. Okay, so what it does at final, what will be present is what the program will recognize as so is only this one. Okay, so this must show you an error. Okay, so student dot show missing three required positional argument a, b and c. Okay, so these all methods are being overwritten. Okay, so this method is being overwritten by this one, this method is being overwritten by this one, so it will show you the problem. Okay, so but if I give 1 2 and 3, so it will recognize the three arguments, so and self will hold the current object, that's obj, and it will print me the result a plus b plus c, that's 6. Okay, so that will print me 6. But if I pass this to, it will still not recognize this program. Okay, so this will still say missing one positional argument c. Okay, so the solution for this method is slightly different than what we are just learning from polymorphism. Okay, so solution is the solution of method overloading which is present in polymorphism is slightly different than polymorphism in itself. Okay, so this might be slight confusing, it was slight confusing for me also. Now class student, and I will write the so method, so and if we pass nothing in a and nothing in b and nothing in c, then we need to we are passing nothing in this are known as the default argument. Okay, so this is known as default argument if the default arguments are known. Okay, so if we provide something in a and something in b, okay, something in b and something in c, then if I have passed something in a and b and c, then what we will do is print a plus b plus c. Okay, now we will make elif, and it's moved, so I'll make next as elif, and I'll write the condition. Okay, elif then condition a if I have passed something in A and something in B, then I will print A plus B. Okay, and in the next case, elif elif if I have passed something in A only, then I just want to print A, otherwise else I want just to show. If I have not passed anything, I just want to show print hello, print hello old. Okay, now if I make the object of this class, so let me make an object obj is equal to student, and if I call this obj dot show method by not providing any argument, so it will call this method first and it will see this as false, right, everything as false, and it will run this else code. Okay, so if I run this code, this will give me hello. But if I pass now an argument, let's say 1 and 2, and if I run this program, then it will run this code, right, and it will show me 3 as an answer. Okay, so it is showing me 3. So up to now here we have seen method overloading and doc type polymorphism, right? So in this video we'll only discuss about these two types of polymorphism. In next two polymorphism we'll discuss about method overriding and operator overloading. Okay, this much for today. Have a nice day and cheers.